A Houston father is dead, allegedly gunned down in broad daylight by his son's carjacker.
But the outrage now stretches from the crime scene to the courthouse, where critics say the man charged with murder had already been given 2 chances by the same judge, despite serious felony charges that could have put him behind bars for a very long time. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Mattera has the story for us.
An innocent man is dead because all he tried to do was protect his family and his property.
A father of 5 dead, and the man accused of pulling the trigger was not some first-time offender.
He's what you would classify as a career habitual criminal.
On the afternoon of June 6th, Luis Aribia gets an alarming phone call. His son had been held up at gunpoint at a gas station. His truck stolen.
Luis jumped into action probably like any other father would do when your son is robbed at gunpoint.
Luis Aribia was able to track down his son's vehicle. But what he didn't know was that the man allegedly behind the wheel was London Hogan, a criminal with a rap sheet stretching back nearly 2 decades.
They got into an altercation. The defendant, who's now charged with the murder of Luis, pulled out a gun, started shooting.
Luis and another man were both hit. The other victim survived. Luis did not. London Hogan is now charged with felony murder.
You got a criminal who should have been in jail anyway. The system failed all the way around.
And critics say that failure runs straight through the courthouse, where Hogan had already been given numerous chances by a judge who could have sent him to prison long before this deadly encounter.
The court gave him what's called 5 years deferred adjudication, which is just a fancy term for probation, for assault with intent to impede breathing, which is again a code word for trying to strangle someone to death.
That late sentence came in March of 2024 by Harris County Judge T.I. Vabell, after Hogan pleaded guilty to choking a family member. But Hogan reportedly didn't even make it a year before violating the terms of that probation. In January of 2025, the 37-year-old was arrested in Louisiana, accused of trying to smuggle a pile of drugs into a correctional facility. That arrest could have sent him to prison for up to 20 years. Instead, Judge Bell gave him just 30 days in jail.
30 days in jail is a joke because it didn't mean anything.
7 months later, authorities say Hogan was back to his violent ways. And this time, the consequences were fatal.
That decision cost Luis his life. You cannot sugarcoat that.
Judge T.I. Vabell, who allowed this alleged killer to walk twice with effectively no punishment, is up for re-election in 2028. So if Houston voters are concerned about her decisions and want to send a message, their most direct chance to hold her accountable will be at the ballot box. Mark?
Yeah,
Charlotte?
I don't know who's running against her, but that should be the headline of their campaign ads right there, that she was the one that let this man out on the streets with a rap sheet a mile long. It's ridiculous and it's tragic. It's so sad that someone lost their life over this. All right, Jason, thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.